which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Start with call order roll call on my right.
Councilperson Brent Fire.
Councilperson Dick Updegraff.
Mayor Jimmy John King.
Councilperson Craig Anderson.
Councilperson Jeremiah Olgen.
Approval of tonight's agenda.
No.
Anything from,
Just to bring your attention to a couple items we left at your desk. The one, I think most of you are here when we mentioned about the engineer's report, and then the other one is just an invite to all of you for that REACH program at the school district. No formal agenda, just for your information.
all
I'll
right.
move to approve.
Motion to approve, do we have a second?
Second.
So we have a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approval of council meeting minutes of December 12th, 2017. Seems like that was a year ago. Motion,
Move to approve.
second,
Second.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That takes us to finance and budget with the accounts payable and the additional listing there. Any questions? Which water break was that, Sean? The boosted one?
The one in the backyards, we had two at the same time, so we called them in to
Oh,
fix
is
the
that the one
one
right up?
on, Maplebrook.
Yeah, with the Wolf Conference. Questions? If not, we'll look for approval.
Make a motion to approve.
Second,
Second.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Takes us to motions, general business, 2018 appointments, meeting dates. I've submitted my 2018 appointments and designations for your consideration. 2018 meeting schedule is also part of this packet. Council actually requested when we get to it is to approve the 2018 appointments. 2018 meeting schedule is submitted. That being said, I'd like to bring up that as far as appointments and designations, at this time, I'd like to ask the council to appoint Jenna as the city engineer our staff can go to, but I would defer appointing SEH as of yet, our engineering firm. We have meetings coming up in the next couple of weeks with them that we'd like to get through first, if we can do it that way. But we need to go to someone, and Jenna's done an outstanding job, and that way the staff has a person to call with. We'll run from project to project like we always have. Do I need a motion for that?
You can include it all in one when you're approving the designations.
Okay. Motion?
We're able to just, he doesn't need to read them all for the record on this?
He doesn't.
Does not, that's
Unless you
good.
prefer that he does.
No, I'm happy to hear that. It's a great start to the new year.
And then
I'll make that a motion. As presented.
Well, if it's your motion, I think you need to clarify the SEH part, potentially.
You'll move,
Probably conditional or temporary approval,
Yeah.
and then if we come back with a formal recommendation, we'll bring that back at a council meeting for you.
does that work?
even if you do approve, like if you approve any of these, at any time you can pull out of, there's no contract or anything, so.
Well, but we're heading towards a contract,
Right.
is what we're doing, so. we
But at
wanna-
any time you can,
Does that motion work then with the approval of Dick made with approval of the way we stated it. All right, we got a motion, we got a
I'll
second.
second.
Question?
Then two quick questions, since you're gonna do them all as a motion. I know, Councilmember Updegraff had asked if the council might be interested, or, talked if the council would be interested in attending, care center board meetings, during the course of the year, and if you'd want that as a formal appointment, so that'd be something to think about, if not tonight, when we get some more information on if their meetings have changed or what timing. And then the other one is, we did try to send out an informal poll to all of you on council meetings. Periodically, we ask the council if 7 o'clock time frame works good. We keep that in place. If there are any thoughts to adjusting that or changing it, now's a good time to do it. And we'll go from there.
How did that poll come back?
The poll came back, 2 for 7, 2 for 6, and 1 didn't reply.
Is that me?
No.
I was
We
just saying,
replied
I
right
spoke
away.
my
We
verbal.
replied right away. So we were just gonna, I took it, when after talking to you, Jimmy, that we were gonna leave it at 7. But it's up to you guys.
Who's to not reply?
Me, of course.
What do you prefer?
7. To break the tie. See, I like to do that.
3 to
break the
2,
tie.
right? You were 7?
Yeah, I just figured if it wasn't a pressing need to change it, just leave it.
Okay. 7 sevens, that's 3 sevens, 2 sixes, so I guess we'll leave it at 7 then for now. And as far as the care board,
We've fluctuated in the past. The council member has served, staff has served, we've rotated, but then for the last couple of years, we haven't done anything.
Well,
They're
they-
not a voting member.
They're not.
no, I understand they're not a voting member, and I thought we had an agreement worked out where they'd at least send us the minutes, but I don't think we've seen even any minutes for quite a while, have we?
No. And I think what the understanding was that, and that was the problem, we weren't getting the minutes even when we had a council rep.
Yep, I-
And so we felt that since Bill and Jean had a good relationship, that information was getting back to Bill.
And
Is it?
Gene does work with us. He's worked with me and the mayor on a couple issues. He's worked with me and Barb on a couple issues
Is-
as they come up. So.
Is there, Dick, is there a reason why you
Well,
bring
I
this up
think-
at this time?
I think the issue was that I think it was, money flow with it's a lot of fluctuation in how many beds they got and how many they got full and how many they got empty, and they've been, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but they've been kind of operating in the negative lately. So, they just would like to have the council aware of what's going on since we own the building and stuff, so.
So they're requesting it? Or who?
A member that's on the board asked me if we could get a council person back on the board again.
Well, they now have noon hour meetings, correct, Bill?
Yeah.
Are they over the noon hour now, or are they
They're
still,
usually noon hour.
are they still early mornings?
They used to meet in the morning.
When I was on there, it was early mornings.
Yeah,
It was like
and we can
7.
find out.
Would you,
How-
let me ask you this, if we do it, are you willing to serve on
How
it?
early?
They were at 7 at one time. I don't know if they still are or not.
See that?
That bus,
That's what I mean. These 3 wouldn't be able to.
And even if it was at noon,
Well, yeah. Maybe.
Noon would work for me.
Dick would go at noon. Let's find out,
Yeah,
let's find out. Let's talk to Gene.
$25.
If it is gonna happen, if it is possible, if it's at noon, Dick will serve. Correct? You can't do 7 in the morning. So we'd be back to nobody again then.
Unless somebody else wants to. You wanna open it up?
Well, they're all gonna be in Rochester at work. Aren't they?
I don't know if I don't know about working.
So let's throw that in the motion too then, but, so if we got all that as a motion then, is that all gonna work?
the care center doesn't have to be a motion.
Okay, the
Yeah.
meeting stays at 7 for now. Jenna will be our go-to engineer for now. And everything else, the way it's appointed. We had a motion, did we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed? That carries. That takes us to Olmsted County Maintenance Agreement. Attached, you'll find the annual maintenance agreement is submitted by Olmsted County. This agreement covers 0.84 tenths of a mile beginning at the intersection of Highway 63 and County Road 106, thence easterly turning south to LaPointe Drive southeast. Contract amount is $3,408.08. It has stayed the same since 2012. Public Works Director Hale is recommending the approval of the contract. Excuse me. The motion would be to approve the agreement as submitted by Olmsted County. Questions or discussion? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Make a motion to approve the agreement.
We have a
Second.
motion and a second to approve the agreement. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That also carries then. That takes us to mayor, staff, and consultant reports already. Mayor's report tonight. City of Stewartville would like to send their sympathy out to the families of Lawrence Richardson, Harvey Weaver, Albert Beerley Sr., Mayberry Taylor, Wyatt Cox, Catherine Rozick, Paul Ness, Wayne Brooks, James Kelly Sr., Mary Thompson, and Mary Ness. We'd also like to send our congratulations to our own Deputy Strelo and his wife Brianna in welcoming their new baby girl, Laken Ray, on January 2nd of 2018. Sheriff Torgerson and other members of his department will host a community drug awareness and trends meeting here in Stewartville tomorrow night on the 10th from 6:30 to 8:30. Is that over at the PAC?
Yes.
At the PAC. I'll tell you what, we went to that last year or the year before. That is a good meeting to go to. Craig would probably agree with that. It's a very informative meeting. Wait, there's some stuff going on we don't. I'm glad I ain't got kids. Other than that, that's all I've got for tonight. That'll take us to city administrator's report.
Reports in your packet, and just have one correction on that second page where it talks about the Chamber's annual meeting. They actually have a social hour starting at 5:30 instead of 6. So if any of you or a guest want to attend, let us know and we'll get you signed up. That should do her.
Peterbilt's open. I see in yours it says it should be getting close to open, but they're open now.
Yeah, in the time between.
Yeah, we're out there today.
All right.
Just checking.
Any other questions or anything for administrator? All right, that takes us to finance director's report. Barb?
Just getting ready for audit, so nothing else.
Good.
Super fun.
Public Works Director, Sean?
Reports in there. The only thing I wanted to add is we did start pumping the pond down this week for getting in to do that. So once that gets totally pumped down, that's gonna be hopping around a little bit because with a snowstorm coming up, we can't have our trucks down for doing that. So we may have a day or two we're working on it, a day or two we don't. So we'll just be plugging away at that till it gets completed.
There's no jokes in here.
No. Too cold.
How many water breaks you had since last saw you?
3, but a couple of them came at the same time and whatnot, so
Well, that had to be a lot of fun on a couple of them days.
it wasn't bad.
I
Well,
have a question on the water breaks. It's probably for, if there's a water break, is there any way we could put it on our Facebook page or something so they know that they don't have water?
Well, yeah.
You know, because it affects like
Yeah.
the one down here, people, some of them out their lines were froze. They had no clue there's a water line break.
So when
No,
it
sir.
happens on the weekend, we usually just throttle it down.
Yeah.
And so then when we do actually shut it off for that, hopefully only hour or whatever to actually fix it, we can definitely get it out there then. Yeah.
And we try not to, most of the time we throttle them down until the normal work hours and then come in so that people aren't in on overtime and stuff like that. And it gives it time to thaw the ground out, which makes it easier to dig, as long as it's not causing more damage. And then we also wait till after 8 o'clock before we try to wait till 8:30 before we shut it off. So people get out to work and off to school before the water's
I think
disconnected.
the one down here was during Christmas break, so did, there's people home with kids.
Yeah, yeah. So,
I
Yeah,
said,
we'll do
they just
that.
asked me why they couldn't put it on the Facebook page or do
I
something.
thought we had put it on Facebook this last time.
No, we didn't. But we could definitely can do that. That's a great idea.
I think the more communication, better. People probably appreciate it.
yep.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions or suggestions for Public Works Director? All right, if not, that takes us to City Engineers Report.
Reports in your packet. Any questions?
We have reached substantial completion on the wastewater plant.
We have.
We haven't heard back when the final review may be.
Nope, I checked with Tom today and he had not heard from the FPCA, so they've known about it since last week, so.
All right. All right, any other questions for City Engineer? Thank you, Jenna. No Library Director, Fire Chief report tonight.
December, we had 39 runs, 27 medicals, 3 fire alarms, 1 carbon monoxide, 3 motor vehicle accidents, 1 extrication of a kid out of a table, 2 gas leaks, mutual aid fire call, and a trash fire here in town. Last month, we had voting for the officers' positions for the next year. No positions changed, so I remain as fire chief for 2 more years. The treasurer remains be Nathan Petrick, secretary is Josh Bodine, medical coordinator is Lisa Jelinek, and the at-large executive board position is Bob Roberts still. So no change to that leadership team at all. The department's currently working on their EMT and EMR refresher. Councilmember Byer was actually able to get the EMT refresher, which is relatively significant here in town. So we appreciate a lot of work he did that for the department members, so they don't have to go out of town to get that. And then the last thing I've got is rough numbers for our responses for 2017. Currently, we're at 557. Those will probably drop down a little bit. I think it'll be around 520, 530. We get a couple of double ups on dispatch numbers and stuff like that. But we've gone up from last year. So last year we were at 510. We're going to be probably between 530 and 540 this year is where I anticipate us ending up. So another record year for a number of responses for the fire department.
Any questions for the chief, or? Thank them all for the responses. If they can get to that many, you get that many responses, that says quite a bit about a volunteer fire department. All right, that'll take us to committee, commission, and board reports. Chamber of Commerce, nothing here. EDA, HRA, we have a meeting next week, correct?
Correct.
Finance,
No, not till this February, or the first Wednesday in February.
We don't meet,
I thought we met with,
are we meeting something next week?
Oh, you're having that special meeting, I'm sorry.
Yeah, next week, right, 7?
17.
17th.
At 3:30.
Yep.
I might be there.
Library,
Nothing.
Park Board,
Nothing.
Personnel,
Okay.
Public Safety.
There's notes in the packet there for a meeting on the 12th.
Planning and Zoning. Anything coming up?
No, a February meeting.
Alright. Public Works,
Nothing.
roll call.
There'll be a TTAC subcommittee meeting at the end of this month, and then the regular ROCOG meeting will be at the 1st of February.
Alright. Nothing from Stu 180 tonight. Evidently nothing from our Transit Advisory Committee. Communications tonight, there's a SEMLM, and if you notice, that's in Stewartville this time. So if you could, stop in, say hi. And then you got an SELM CETA Economic Impact Study. And if any of you do want to come to the Stewartville one, let Laurel know so she can get you registered or stuff. So that'll take us to open mic.
You have to go to the agenda for the
Is that all right?
Yeah, I don't think it's-
There it is. City Council welcomes and encourages participation from community members. Please keep in mind that your comments must be pertinent to city business and must adhere to the data privacy rules. No employee's name may be used. Please do not expect action from the council this evening regarding your concerns. We also request that your comments be limited to 4 minutes. Speaker will be recognized only once. This time, anyone that would like to address the city council, please step up to the podium, state your name and address. Nobody behind you, Harlan, I was pointing at you. All right, final motion of the night to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, you got a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries.
Excellent work.